Damn, I honestly wasn't expecting this package to arrive today. I thought it would arrive a couple of days later, but lo and behold, here we are. It is on my desk. It's from PolarPro. I've been using their Basecamp matte box that I bought with all of their glass, and I'm even using it right now. Basecamp matte box in its core form, and I absolutely love it. Picked up some additional parts to go with my Basecamp, but also check out a few of their different filter setups. The Basecamp has been out for a while, and since then they've evolved that ecosystem. Oh, snap. A lot of goodies. First up, the Nano 4x5 matte box. Oh, rectangular filter adapter that mounts onto the Basecamp. Then we've got a few of the filters. Mist Heavy, the gold Morphic, the silver Morphic. Phew. The Defender body cap. Now this is the first time I'm checking out PolarPro's magnetic filters. It's the Helix system, and we've got a total of 4 different flavors that we're gonna check out. I've got 2 from the Short Stash series, and essentially we've got the Everyday and the Mist PL. 2 from the Peter McKinnon series. Now the Chroma glass is probably what I'm most excited about checking out within the Helix system, because it's a new type of glass that they are using to change the way traditional VNDs work. I also like what they've done with the packaging, and it's similar, of course, with the Short Stash Helix models. Gold mist for the 69, and we've got the black mist here. Alongside these, we have the base plates 67, got a 77, an 86. This 114mm adapter, I can adapt the Helix base plates. Being able to move between those systems without having to change the base plates is gonna be pretty cool. And while you get clamberings with the Basecamp, these ones have an 86mm thread. 2 of my 67mm lens, I've got my 35 1.4 GM lens, and I've also got my 21.8 that I'm using, the 77 for my 70-200 GM2. So adapting all of these different lenses, then we can make use of the single standard filter size of the Helix system, and then adapt it for also my Basecamp and the Nano. There's a lot to get through. Defender body cap. This looks absolutely gorgeous. Nice polish. Beautiful in that black. It's actually got some nice heft to it. Just give it a quarter turn. We have a space to store, and this one's currently set for an AirTag. We've just got the standard cap on my Sony a7 III, and I've also got the Field Made Co stickers on this. Just take it out. Now that looks super clean. Having something that kind of matches the rest of the build. Oh, yeah. Super polished, then there's no worry about sitting in front of the sensor. Everything all nicely milled down. If you want the AirTag, that's what it comes shipped within. But you also have a spot for a CF Express, like that. An SD card with a space for a micro SD beneath it, which is pretty handy. Little holes on the edges here and here. Yeah, just some pull, pinch it in like so. I think it's nice since everyone will always carry the body cap. Brings a bit more life into that camera. Love it. All right, a nice warm up. We can finally dive into the creme de la creme, which are the Helix filters. The Peter McKinnon series, VND 2-5 Mist. Ooh, how beautiful and high quality this Defender plate is. Look at that. Those magnets are pretty strong. This thing, absolutely tough. And there we go. And there's the glass itself. Got the front Defender with the F. Push in these 2 bits, squeeze, and then rotate, and the rear cap comes off. very sturdy, like it's locked in. This thing is not going to accidentally come off, which is some of the gripes I have with magnetic filters. It's got the R indicator and a little button, so we just need to line that up with the holes on the rear cap. But yeah, getting hang of it now. So we've got the polarizer on the back that we can freely glide. And then on the front, VND, strength. You have hard stops within the 2 to 5, so twisting the front elements, it kind of hits or locks in within the numbered indicators from 2, 3, 4, and 5. Just a little bit of force, then we can easily move between them. And we've also got additional strength outside of the 5 maximum if you do need that additional ND range, but that's when you know you're hitting the hard edges or the limits. I think we're going to have quite a lot of these, but you can never go wrong with having too many because they always seem to like disappear. The cloth, and it also has Peter McKinnon signature on the front and down beneath it. So yeah, that's the PL VND 2 to 5. All right, Chroma. Pulling away, like you actually have to put some conscious effort. You've got little dots, which creates the gold mist effect. In essence, it's going to soften those highlights. It's also going to provide some nice blooming and halation around light sources, and also being a gold mist, just yeah, give a bit more warmth. Within the VND range, so this being a 6 to 9, you got nice knurled edges and very grippy. There are a few sliding elements in here, so it's just something to get used to. But honestly, I feel myself already like picking up nicely. Yeah, that's not going anywhere. Chroma 6 to 9. Sweet. Gold mist on the front, so you know it's gold. And this one says just mist. When you kind of bring them together, you can kind of feel the magnets, like it won't hold it, but you can feel that magnetizing. So it just shows you how strong and solid those magnets will hold. Short stash. Sweet, it's part of the collab. That actually looks super dope in the green. These are premium filters, like you definitely feel it here. So the same defenders, different colorway. Hardware wise, oh, nice easy identifier to know which Helix filter you've got on. Quarter black mist with polarizer. So all we're doing when we are rotating is the polarizing element. And on top of that glass, we've got the little dotted particles which create the black mist. It's going to retain the details in the shadows. It will also soften up the highlights and bloom and provide some halation within that quarter strength. Both of these, the Peter McKinnon and Short Stash, you can pick it up in threaded versions, which do run a bit cheaper. So if you are still happy to thread it on, or you don't need to switch or adapt it between your lenses all the time, then you'll find the threaded ones still a great option that you can lock in. Helix is a standard filter size, and for most lenses across my 67, 77, that one is going to provide a much bigger filter view that will mean no vignetting. The Short Stash, great for stills, photography. Even if you're in a controlled environment and you do tend to rock a black mist and want to control your polarizer in video, then this is also still a great option. The Mist PL, increase that strength with the halation, the blooming, and how it softens details for more of that dreamy filmic look. Also a bit more flattering with the face, kind of evening out any blemishes or such. Then the Mist PL is going to give you that half strength. So in the corner, Short Stash, boom. On the Chroma glass series of the newest PM Helix filters, you have a choice of a black mist, gold mist, and straight up VND setup. So if you want to have more of a clinical or as sharp of an image from your lens and just give you the VND and polarizer control, then you can go for the straight non-mist versions. Considering this Helix, you can stack them on top of each other. You know what, I might actually just quickly do that right now. Two filters stacked on top of each other in the Helix setup. You can stack multiple, but of course you have to be careful with vignetting. I tend to run mist most of the times, and I have my Basecamp, which will have the straight VNDs. So here where I'm going for convenience, I'm just going for everything all in one. Now let's show some love for the rectangular filters. Now the Morphics are gonna kind of mimic or recreate the anamorphic look. Creative elements that we wanna showcase, like with mist and how you can kind of bloom and soften highlights. I think Morphic can also provide that nice filmic element without having to buy anamorphic lenses. The typical cleaning cloths you'll get, if it's not a Peter McKinnon or a short stash. I love the new cases that these come in. Dope. Wow, these are so much more compact, lighter and thinner than typical 4x5s. Nice indicators on the frames. Normally 4x5s just don't come with any framing. These are aluminium frames. We also have it on the top side. If you're handling 4x5s, they are very thick and chunky glass, and they also weigh plenty too. You've got some lines running the entire width of the filter, and in essence against light sources is going to create the nice horizontal flaring. This one being gold is going to give you more of that warm gold tone across light sources. The silver version is essentially going to give you a nice silver or whitish kind of flaring, and the blue Morphic will give you a blue. Getting it in a 4x5 and running this as a stage 3 or just on its own in the Nano, I think is a great combination to rock the Basecamp and have all that flexibility as much as possible. For the silver Morphic, and again, it's super thin, very lightweight. Mist H, everything's the same. Currently got my mist quarter strength in, and that one's with a built-in VND, and it's super handy because I can just run a single or a 2-stage. Some nice pluses to have mist separately. I can run this in front of a clean 2 to 5 as a 3rd stage. Much more intense mist particles, the dots that gives the mist effect. So being a mist heavy, it's a half strength, and it is a white mist. Before PolarPro had black and gold mist, their mist kind of basically meant white. And the half strength is just going to give a super dreamy, filmic, vintagey type of look. It's going to really bloom those highlights, soften it too, and a lot more intense in its strength. The halation is also going to be a bit more pronounced, removing a lot of those digital sharpness, which can be a bit too intense. Like this is going to soften that up a lot. I love it. It's just, as soon as you open it, it's just here, it's like boom, in your face. They call it a matte box, but this essentially is a filter holder, a single stage. I can just use this and also have compatibility with my other 4x5s. Holes on the sides that just makes it easy for the wind to flow through. You're not going to feel that resistance when shooting outdoors. And then a little prong will set up here. The quality and finish is still very nice. It's got a nice metal ring of the back. I like the brass finish, but the rest of the Nano is a high quality soft touch plastic, and it's just with lightness in mind. Pull this tab up. There we go. Easy. Oh, that was straightforward. Not going anywhere. It's not going to fall out unless you're intentional about lifting up. You have to pull up by quite a bit to really pull it out. I mean, you won't be able to see much, but you can see it's just literally a piece of glass rounded off. There's no built-in aluminium frame. Slightly thicker, it just definitely feels heftier and heavier. So these having the built-in aluminium frames, it's just so much easier to handle and work with, but they are all compatible. You can rock any of your own 4x5s non-Polar Pros if you want. This feels much heavier than it does with the PolarPro filters. Like, I do want to emphasize that because it's such a big difference. Lightness, hands down, PolarPro filters. Only difference compared to a stepper ring, you now got the locking mechanism to the Helix filters, so they will magnetize and then lock in. PolarPro non-stylized, whether it's a short stash or a Pete McKinnon one, these ones you can just rock on the front. Sweet. Feels the same like the Helix filters, and yeah, it means you don't have to deal with the Sony ones. I wouldn't throw them away. Still useful to have and always keep the original. There we go. And the fact it comes with these Helix base plates, I have absolutely no qualms with how high quality and all the ways that you can protect within the Helix setup. Yep. This magnet system is one that's locked in. Like, I don't worry about if it's gonna bump on something and fall off. The extra twist just makes everything super secure, and that Helix base plate, yeah, I like the profile. Needs VND control, then I can adapt these, and you can notice when you're switching between those filters, you don't have to unthread, and it's actually very quick and easy. So whether it's between lenses or you're changing your filter style, keeping it flush but with the same quality filters that I've been enjoying on the Basecamp, the 114mm adapter. We're going to have the flatter side facing outwards, which is what the Nano and Basecamp can mount onto. Push in the two buttons, and then we line up the orange dot against the dots on the base plate. I'm glad PolarPro has done that, because now you can really fully invest across their system and it's all going to work and give you that consistency. Look at this. So we've just transitioned it now to the Nano, and we've got the gold Morphic 4x5 filter in place. Sweet. We've got the 4x5 third stage filter adapter, very nicely padded carrying case. It's also got a little sleeve. You could probably drop some extra rectangular filters. The 4x5 filter adapter. Sweet. Comes with its very own hood and flag, made of carbon fiber. There we go. Slides out just like that, so you can use it in this setup. On the back here, we attached third stage onto the Basecamp through the middle sections. And then on this side, we have two knobs that we can slide off. All right. There we go. Pulls apart just like that. I love the modularity of it. You can see how slim profile this is. And it has the same type of mechanism to pull up the tab and insert a 4x5 that you can see a lot more visible there, whereas it's a tab inside the Nano. So you know this is the third stage adapter for 4x5s. If you also have the Basecamp adapter like I do for their proprietary filters, and I have my very own original third stage adapter for the Basecamp, and you can see it uses the Basecamp filters with the drop-in tabs, which again has been really cool, since this one slides up and then locks here, whereas on this third stage we are going to pull this tab. So we slot it in on the bottom, pull the tab up and push it in from the built-in aluminium frames, and there you go. Sweet. Look at that, pretty dope. So I've got it as a third stage running on top of my Basecamp drop-in filters, VND 2 to 5 white mist quarter strength. So you can stack those FX filters and the look you want straight out the bat, and you can see how easy it was to just add that in. So we've got the silver Morphic right now. That is pretty insane. Look at that silver Morphic. So you're gonna get that anamorphic look you see in films or dramas. And yeah, that's pretty dope. So the further away I am, or the smaller the light source, very faint from the distance, closer up, amazing. Just switched over from the Basecamp to the Helix Maglock filters, the Chroma VND 2 to 5 with a polarizer and black mist. We'll revisit this a little bit later on, and I've outfitted all the base plates among the rest of my lenses. I love the Defender caps because it literally can replace all your different kind of front lens caps. Just needs a quarter turn and a little bit of effort to remove it. The more I'm using this, the more I'm easily getting a hold of just how everything works, the efforts, and once I've got it, it's just super locked in. You're able to see how quick and easy that was to take off. There you go. So we've got one, got the Gold Mist 6 to 9, removed that plate, locked in, got it on my Cinelens now. And then finally, I've got the half strength short stash, and just need to line it up. Boom. very easy. So you can see on my 67, it's got quite a bit more of a lip. Once you need to start shooting, you can take it off, line that up, close it. If I do want a hot swap, all we need to do is twist it. If I want to switch to this lens, then I can, yeah, lock that in. If I want to rotate the front, I just need to put my thumb on the rear part and then I can freely control the VND and get some of those light stop marks at the 6, 7, 8, and 9 points. If I don't hold it, then it's going to rotate pretty much all of those elements. Knowing that and put my thumb, it's pretty nice and easy to do. But again, it will have some kind of learning curve to it. Have different mist strengths or a VND setup 2 to 5, 6 to 9, or you're just having a single Maglock filter across all three. It saves all the time you need to unthread a filter, put it back on, and not losing out on the compatibility where you have the little indicator that shows you the 2 dots on the diameter that you need to put it. So as long as you see the red dot, I can quickly mount it. And then that means we are free to load up either the Nano, like so, and we just thread that in. So now I've got my single stage on the Nano, I've got a mist heavy on this, or switching from that to a 3 stage, which has the circular polarizer. We've got the VND 2 to 5 white mist and then a silver Morphic on the front. That all as a package, boom. And now I've got that ready to go. This is a 45T 1.5, so pretty bright, a beast of a cine lens. I would put my thumb across the knurled parts in between the elements, and as long as you kind of hold that enough, then I could probably maybe get away with it. There you go. It requires a bit more tension or effort, but you can definitely do it with one hand. Just take some practice. We can run quickly the Nano matte box. Boom, this is a beast of a rig. I have my handles in, but you can see very flush and low profile setup if you just need to run the single stage. And it's also, if you don't need to run a VND, if you do want that control, then you would need the Basecamp with the circular polarizer. But as a single stage for an FX or just a straight ND, super effortless to switch between the different setups. And that's where the power of PolarPro's ecosystem comes alive. That's what I love about the Basecamp. Even on a 3rd stage, it's still very low profile. Looks really dope. I love drop-ins because it's so convenient and easy to switch with very little effort. Pushing the tab up and then you kind of have to lean it forward. So yeah, I wouldn't want to juggle doing that, and it's not as easy as I would like. It can start getting a little bit hefty, especially if your lens is hefty anyway. But with the 4x5, it is a little bit lighter. Glass is not as heavy and it's thinner, so you can cut down some of that noise, and you just need to make sure everything is airtight and locked in. And then when you don't need it, boom. Sweet. Bigger, bulkier type of cine rig to keeping it lightweight, travel, running gun, or putting on a gimbal. Everything is clean, so you just got 4 you need to put away. All together with the Helix packed away. I hope you enjoyed unpacking and seeing these for the first time, just like I have, and really trying to figure things out in real time. Thanks a lot for joining me, Team KBA. If you want to learn more, check out the links down below in the video description and the comments. See you in the next one, but until then, keep being awesome. Peace. Magnets.